Chronicles, the most authentic podcast of the year. Join us on this emotional roller coaster as we relive the past and look ahead to the future. The Abed 11 Chronicles, 10 voices, 1 podcast, and a lifetime of stories.
Good morning, Abed 11. How's everybody doing today?
Good morning. Good morning.
Good, man. Thanks for everybody being on today. I know we skipped a week in the sense of putting an episode out, but we're gonna finish up the season at episode 11. So we have a couple more episodes to finish up. Just a kind of reminder. I know we have a lot of people who listen to us. If you're listening to us, whatever platform you're listening to us on, please make sure you either like it, subscribe to it, and also share the post. We have a lot of listeners, and we're just trying to get. I thought maybe in today's episode we kind of recap what we've done in the last couple of weeks. I know we finished up the holy month of Ramadan, and the Eid was finished up, and there's just been a lot of things going on. So we're just going to go around today, kind of talk about what you've been up to, what maybe if you celebrated the Eid, what did you do, and how your family's doing, and kind of go from there. So today we're going to start in the corner of my screen with brother number 3, Jamal. What's going on, brother?
What's up, bro? How's it going, guys?
Hey,
What's going on? Hey, have you guys seen the trend? The guy that people go up and say, "What's up, brother?" Is that like a trend that's going on TikTok?
Yeah,
No, I haven't seen it.
Started it.
Yeah, but we say it all the time. How'd they get famous with that guy?
I don't know. Yeah.
What's up, brother Jamal?
How y'all doing? Good.
Man, what's been going on with you, man? I don't think we've seen you in a couple weeks.
Yeah, took a week off when y'all talking about how y'all got caught up with y'all wives and got married, stuff like that. I wasn't on that episode, but
Are you gonna tell us how you met Summer?
I met her overseas. Went overseas and went over there with my parents and for vacation, and she was walking by my grandparents' house, and she was walking by. I told my dad, I said, "Wow, she looks good." And then we went up there, and my dad talked to her parents, and we started talking back and forth. And before you know it, we got engaged, married, all in the same week.
Yeah. How long you been married now?
30. Let me see. It's 86. What? 37, 38 years.
38 years.
Wow.
38 years.
Congratulations, brother.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So you're telling me yours is truly love at first sight.
Oh my gosh, it was.
Oh boy, she must be around somewhere.
She's not here. She's at work.
Man, so 38 years,
38
and two girls later, and how many grandkids later now?
2.
2.
Yeah.
Man. Well, congratulations, brother.
Thanks, brother. Thank you. But yeah, everything's been good here at the Jalil family in Fredericksburg, and we had Ramadan. We went on Friday. On Wednesday, and prayed at the Eid at the field house, and we did the prayer, and then from there we went and ate breakfast with my sister and my father, my family, and then from there, we went to visit our mom at the house for the Eid. And from there, we went to see Melissa for the Eid. And then from there, we went and seen my daughter, Linda, and the grandkids. And then went home and seen, got ready and stuff because we're going to go to Tyson's that day, But yeah, we had a great time, and what the good part about it is, you zoom the whole month, you fast the whole month, and you wait for that one day that comes for the Eid for the kids, because that's what the kids are waiting for, for that, and they had a real good time. That's the most important thing for them to have a good time, because they wait. Now it's over with, but believe me, that's what they waited for that one last day, for them to have
To celebrate, right?
Celebrate the Eid,
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's kind of weird that the Ramadan's over and then you go to work and then you're like, oh man, you can in your head like you can eat, you can drink, and things like that, but
Right.
it's a whole month for you to decide. That it does really make you think and understand a lot of different things during that holy month. So
Yeah. It
um,
does. It does.
kids had a good time, really. I mean, and I heard you said you going to visit your sister. How about your other sister, man? You only have one sister you want to visit?
No, my other sister, I zelled her the money
You got
for
money?
Eid.
He
Yeah.
sure did. First
Yeah.
thing in the morning.
First thing in the morning, I zelled her the money for the Eid and wished her. I called her and talked to her on the phone and told her happy Eid and that's what we do. We got two
He sure
sisters.
did.
Don't forget.
It was like my first call in the morning before he even went to breakfast or anything. He called me and he
Don't
told me
rub it in,
happy
Shady.
Eid and everything.
Don't rub it in. Don't rub it in. He was the first call. We get it. Jamal's a good guy.
Mashallah,
he's on it.
mashallah.
Inshallah. But everything's been good here. Working now, back to work.
Good, man. You had your sister-in-law and brother-in-law visit not too long ago. How'd that go?
Yeah, they came down from New Jersey. They came down and they came for the last potluck we had at the school with, thank you for having the school open for us and everything, Reef.
Oh, no problem. That's my favorite time is those potlucks. I mean, we definitely need to continue them. So maybe on a monthly basis, we'll have to come up with a schedule.
Yeah. We still need to do that, schedule something for the family to meet up and, have dinner together, have a potluck someplace,
And invite people because, with the feedback I get, I know it's great to have us there, but when we invite other people, like Louis was telling me his dad really had a good time at the potluck and really enjoyed it. What's that?
My aunts came down twice to it.
Yeah, they came down twice and had a good time. So, and Joe's friend Mo from Richmond. I mean, it's just it's about family, but it's also about the hospitality and bringing other people in, and because they become part of the family as well, even if they're not. So
even John Shannon came.
What's that?
Yeah,
John Shannon came. Him and his wife and kids.
Yeah, they had a really good time. John and his wife and kids.
Yeah, they loved it.
We had Faisal bring us down a whole lamb, and we had Mr. Marwan clean it for us and stuff it, and then we had Reed cook it for us. It was pretty good.
Teamwork makes the dream work.
That's it. Yeah, but everything's doing good. I appreciate it, guys.
No problem, man. No problem. Nice seeing you again. Hopefully, we
Nice seeing
don't
you.
go a couple more weeks without seeing you.
No, we're good, man. Well, can we move? We got to talk about that.
Yeah, we'll talk about it offline. If you want. We work on that. All right, Faisal, what's going on, brother? What's going on in Halifax, Virginia?
Not much. We had the board meeting, first of the month. And now we got the Channel 13 News was there. And, I got a few seconds on the news. And Jacob got a few seconds on the news. And we're finally getting everything turned around up here in the right direction. We took the kids, Kayla's kids, to Williamsburg for a couple days for a little bit of a vacation.
Now it just says thanks.
We got, Tammy, she's still working her new job. Last week she was in Stanton all week. This week she'll be in Lynchburg. Got another grandbaby due in a couple months.
Yeah, how many grandbabies does that make for you?
That'll be number 7.
Inshallah.
6 right now. Number 7. It'll be.
Inshallah.
Now we got 3 boys, 3 girls, so it's gonna be 4 girls and 3 boys.
Trying to catch up to Jimmy.
You have a favorite?
They all got their own. Yesterday,
Elena.
had Natchez kids all day with me. They went to the land. They played with the animals. They went to my house. They played with the goats. They played with the chickens. We walked to the mailbox. They fell asleep in my arm. One in this arm, one in this arm last night. And now Tammy and Kayla went to a beauty pageant in Roanoke on Hirschberger Road yesterday. Baby Bean won her division.
Nice, congratulations.
Elena came in second.
I bet you Elena doesn't like coming in second, boy, right? She's a winner all the time.
She's really strong-headed. She doesn't like losing, But we went to their soccer yesterday. They did awesome. Elena's really good at all the sports she plays, and Dury, he's like a bulldozer. He's like the Abed Jalils. If he can't beat you, he's going to push you down. And so he was out there. He plays on even though he's smaller, he plays on Elena's soccer team. And then today, 4:00, Nunu got soccer. So, but alhamdulillah, everything's good. We got a little breathing room right now. He's doing good. And Casey and Gayla both doing good. Jacob, he put in for the animal control warden job, so he's hoping to hear something about that, and he's doing good. And nothing. Finally, we got when we were at the board meeting. This guy, he's and I don't know if y'all want to talk about it or not, but he was like, all these Palestinian people getting in Gaza, we should go have a barbecue. So the police had to make me sit down because I was about ready to jack him up.
Yeah, I mean, obviously that's a hot topic, Faisal. But I'll tell you what, man, you just can't get people under your skin because that's what they want. They want you.
Yeah, he's already been over here a couple times and said racial stuff to us, and then he went to the board meeting and he turned around to a lawyer and said, you hear about all the Palestinian people getting in Gaza? We should go have a barbecue. And he said it to the lawyer, and we were standing right beside the lawyer so we could hear him, And
you can't get like a restraining order so he don't come there no more?
I went. They wouldn't give it to me. They said he didn't threaten me. He can say what he wants, but he didn't. I called the Halifax Police Department, South Boston. I went to the magistrate's office. Nobody would do it.
Yeah.
That's unfortunate. You just have to be better than those people. It's unfortunate, but they know what can get under your skin, and they're trying to sometimes push you so you can do something, so you can get in trouble. So you just have to watch yourself and have more self-restraint than them.
Yeah, we got them. They know, that. But anyhow, I mean, we're not. I don't want to take too much time with that, but everything else is good. Tammy's working on our taxes today. Hopefully, she can get them done and filed. You
didn't wait till last second or anything, did you?
We always got to pay, so we always wait till the last second.
Yeah. When you got to pay, you got to always wait till the last second. I know, Shed, you get big refunds back, but But so Tammy does your taxes every year for you?
Yeah, since Noel died.
The guy in orange.
Yeah, the guy in orange. He died of cancer. So he did them for like 30 years, 35 years. But I guess he died probably 5-6 years ago, and Tammy's been doing them since.
Yeah, what she use a software program to do it, or she do it by hand?
Yeah, the software program. She's actually like if I do the podcast from home, I got a laptop that I use. She's using that laptop. I come to the dealership because it's a lot better.
Yeah.
To do it, but
Well, it's a good reminder for people. Taxes are due tomorrow, so if you haven't done your taxes, you got until midnight. Maybe Jim could talk a little bit more because he's a tax expert, because I know he does a few people's taxes. Jim, I mean, who's waiting to the last second to give you their taxes, Jim?
Oh, I don't want to disclose. That's fiduciary
That's client
information.
confidentiality, Todd. I mean, Jim.
Yeah. Yeah. So I just want to tell you guys, for some reason you think about doing an extension and you owe money, please send that extension out with whatever you think you might owe, and they'll send you the refund back. But if you don't, it's a high penalty for whatever monies you owe. So it's just better to go ahead and just pay it. So if you owe money and you want to do an extension is very simple. You can pull it offline, or just type in extension, Google it, and you can get it. Or if you have a tax program, it provides it for you. The other thing with taxes is that just to make sure that if you're mailing it out, because a lot of people will mail out their taxes if they owe money, to mail it out at a post office that's going to be open, that's going to stamp it for you. Because if it's not stamped the 15th, for some reason it doesn't get stamped, and believe me, they make mistakes, you'll get a very high penalty for not filing your taxes on time, because it takes a long time for them to process it. They're still shorthanded with the paper, because they've got to open up the envelope, they've got to sort it out, and then put it out. But if you do it electronically, that's the best way to get your taxes done and over with.
Yeah, well, I know you do a lot of people's taxes, and that's really nice of you to kind of do that, because I know it's time consuming, because I'm working on my own, and I know sometimes the amount of time that goes into putting everything in and making sure everything's right and going back and checking everything, it takes a long time to do that. So I'm sure you're a little faster on it because you've been doing it for a while.
Right. Yeah. So the other part is, your flex accounts for your health department, for the health, you got to use them before the 15th. If you don't, or before you do your taxes, if you don't, you get taxed on them 6%. So if you have a flex plan, a HSA plan, or anything of that nature, so that money is not taxed because it's taken out and it's not taxed. But if you don't use it, then you get taxed at 6%. The other thing too, for some reason that you have investments, and those investments are one of those investments is a foreign investment, then you've got to fill out another form. It's the 8840 form. And for that form, you've got to put down how much money you made off that tax, and if you paid any taxes on that foreign tax. I mean, if you paid any foreign tax on that money. So it's, you've got to really watch what you're doing and make sure you ask a tax expert if you have any problems. So for some reason, as I say, a lot of people will do a mutual fund or do some kind of investments, and any of those investments are outside the United States, then you've got to fill out another form for it, even if it's 20 cents or whatever it is. So, and anything over $10 and over, you got to report. And the other thing is, if your minor kid is making money, and they make over the standard deduction for 1380 or between 400 and 1380, you've got to make sure that they anything over that, they have to fill out their taxes. They won't have to pay, but they still have to fill out their taxes. You can still claim them as a dependent. And I just wanted to tell one more thing: if your kid is 17 years old and older, they're not going to qualify for the full tax credit. So once they're 17 and older, and they're not going to qualify for the first for the tax.
I know mine went down from $2,000 last year to $500 this year, man.
Yeah, brother, I know. So the other thing is try to keep all your expenses, all the things, especially if you're self-employed, keep all the expenses. Is also, you've got to be very detailed about any charities that you make. Like example, you go to Goodwill, you send out, you got to fill out that form. When they're gonna, if you ever get audited, they want to see that form. How'd you give $25,000 to Goodwill? We want to see what you gave to Goodwill. So,
Yeah. Well, that's good advice, brother. I know it's tax season is almost, not something I look forward to. I don't think anybody looks forward to it.
nobody looks for it. I get anxiety from tax season. It's not only because I do, I volunteer my time. Just want to let you know, I don't charge money because the IRS, just to let you know, we don't charge money. I don't charge money. I just do it.
Yeah, the kindness of your heart, brother. You're helping people out. There's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
So, and we'll come back, Jim, in a second. But since we got Todd on the phone over here, I know Todd's in Hampton at another basketball game and kind of, doing that daily grind of basketball. So what's going on, man? How's it going? How was your Eid? What are you up to?
The Eid was good. I ended up working that day, but we did get to, see the family. We had a nice dinner. I had lamb chops with, most of the family. Our mom, our dad, we were all there at Longhorns? And then, the kids had fun. And like Reed said, the Eid comes and it's pretty quick. And then you realize that, you go, I still have to aid a few people I haven't seen, Melissa being one. And then Jamal's daughters, and I think Shadia as well. I don't know if my wife. I don't think she sent that.
You want me to have Shetty confirm or deny that?
Yeah. Can you confirm my wife sent you anything yet in the Zelle?
I mean, no, but
Yeah,
I don't need anything. Alhamdulillah. Like you don't have to send me anything.
No. She does the Zelling. She does all the Zelling.
She does all, because that's how because if you deal with Todd, you get a check. If you deal with Roddy, you get Zelle. So which one would you prefer?
Yeah. So, but yeah, we're on the grind, and this just one thing, is you have grandkids and kids, and I mean, we're on. This is a every week grind going to different places. We've been now to went to Harrisonburg. We've been to Philly. Now we're in Hampton. I think next week we're in Northern Virginia, and then we're in Rocky Mount. And it's a daily grind. I don't know whether, the parents. That we're like yesterday we had parents heckling us during the game and saying
your own parents or parents from other teams?
Parents from other teams.
Oh, I was gonna say if it's your own parents, they got an issue there, buddy.
Yeah, the issue with our parents is they're not there. It's like today we have a game. We had 11 kids, and only 6 are coming back for today. So we're gonna play with 6 kids, but they're mainly heckling Hattie. So the other parents are heckling Hattie. But that's fine. I'm used to it.
Why are they doing that?
Because he's good. He's good, and they don't like that. He's guarding their kid. He's stealing the ball. They're saying all kinds and we lost, so it didn't make it. If we would have won, we could have shut them up, but we lost. So, but I think sportsmanship has gone away for the most part. There's a lot of still good sportsmanship, but for the most part, especially when you get into the AAU circuit, it seems like it's always them against it. It's always one team versus the other team instead of like, let's see a great game and let's support the teams and the kids. Exactly. I've seen that since Todd played 5 years ago to now. It's all about me, not we, and that's the way it is in life nowadays. I think too, because I noticed with all the stuff going on in politics and all that, we're not going to talk about that. That's the way it is. It's about me, not we. But
Todd, let me ask you. I know you spent a lot of your weekends going to the AAU games, taking Hattie and the boys and coaching, and a lot of time and money and everything. So do you think that this is do you think that time, that money spent is worth it? Because I know you spent a lot of time doing it.
Yeah, what I'm hoping is, my accountant is on this call, and I'm hoping to get some of that money and time back through tax filings when I get back. So I already asked Jim about that, if I can, because it's volunteer work, and it's a lot of miles of time. I think it's worth it, Chad. Yeah, if I know your son likes basketball, if you're going to be committed, but you gotta. I know a guy that spent, not me, I know somebody else that spent $35,000 in 1 year taking his son to tournaments, getting them trainers, doing all that. And then his son didn't really love basketball. So he wasted all that money because at the end of the day, his son quit. He didn't like it. But
Yes.
the kid have to want it, not you.
Yeah, the kid has to want it. Everybody else can want it for the kid. The coaches can want it for the kid. The parents can want it for the kid. But deep down inside, the kid doesn't want to do it.
And that's like with my boys, even Hannah to a extent, they want it. Like, they want it. They want to be here. I don't have to drag them. They drag me, so Hannah's the same way with soccer. And I know Amna's the same way. And I know Wally was the same. And all the other kids that played, they want it. I see kids at this tournament, my own team, they're only here because their parents want them to play. And that's the kids not here today on Sunday when we have another game and they all went home. They stayed the night, but went home before the game. So, that's the way AAU is. And that's the way these things are. It's set because of all the money involved, all the money that is involved. I mean, getting into a tournament is $35. The hotels, the hotels.
And that's $35 admission, not even including what the team had to pay to get into the tournament.
That's just admission to watch. Philadelphia, it was $50 to get in. It was $50 a person to get in to watch, and food, hotel, gas. Well, hopefully, I've been keeping really good notes, and when I get back home, I'm getting on my phone with the accountant, and hopefully get that as a tax write-off.
Well, when I was doing my taxes last night, there was a part ask if you volunteered your time, but there was a form you had to fill out, and it was for certain nonprofit organizations, I think. So I don't know if your AAU is a nonprofit organization.
They are a nonprofit organization. They are listed as a nonprofit. So I have to get with Jim on that. He's going to send me that form. And
sounds like they're making a lot of profit to me.
Well, yeah.
It's not the AAU team. It's the organizations that runs the tournaments.
Yeah, they make the money.
So if you host a tournament, think about it. If you host a tournament, any tournament, let's just use basketball, for example, and you, like yesterday, I'll just give you an example, went down, Amna's team was playing in Mount Vernon High School. And so they're having it at the high school. So who knows what the high school is charging them. But to get into the tournament, it's $15 for the day, $25 for the weekend. Okay, so that was for every parent that walked through that door. So the more teams that they get involved that come to the tournament, the more parents that come through the door. And then each team has to pay an average of $250 for the team to register for the tournament. So, they have expenses like referees. But sometimes the overhead, if they're using a school, there's no overhead. But if they're using like a civic center or convention center, there might be overhead for those areas. But, at the end of the day, it's a profit game.
Yeah, they make profit. They have concessions. They sell shirts. They do stuff. They make money. The one we're at now is called Boo Williams. It's right in Hampton, and they have 10 courts in here. And, a lot of famous people play here, Iverson and JJ Redick, but they are for profit. So, but you can get something out of it. When Tadic was playing AAU, that's how he got found by the coaches at Midland and other coaches. That's how he got a scholarship. Wasn't from high school. He didn't get noticed in high school. He got noticed from travel and AAU, and it's even bigger now. But I know Faisal and Jamal have grandkids, and they're going to go through it, and it'll be different. But I'm sure they'll be involved in travel, and I know Mo will as well. Shadia's son, because he likes basketball, and he might want to do it. But I just say, Shadia, if y'all get him into AAU or travel, start small. Make sure they're into it. Do local stuff before you move into this travel, because I know this year alone, we've only been 5 weeks in. I've already spent about $3,500 on everything out of my pocket.
That's crazy for something that's supposed to be a sport that you enjoy and everything. It's sad that the parents have to also worry about spending so much money so their kid can participate. I hate that it costs so much, because I remember you telling me that it was like $50 just to enter the game.
Yeah, last weekend we had a tournament in Richmond, which I forgot about. We played in Richmond, and one of the boys was there, and I'm like, "Where's your dad?" He's like, "Well, he can't afford to come in. He's sitting in the car. He's watching it on the app." So he didn't come in to watch. He stayed in the car and watched it from the car because it's free. And then once he went and got in the car, and they left. And I told the dad, I was like, "Hey, they got money. It's not like they're poor. They got more money than me." But he said, "I wasn't paying $70 or whatever, $35 to watch, and I'll just watch them out in the car. It's the same, So, but yeah, that's what it is. That's how my weekends are. Work during the week, and then do this during the weekends from now till August. Then pick up the grind from there.
Well, at the end of the day, brother, you do it because it's going to benefit your kid and the other kids on your team, because you wouldn't coach if it's not benefiting other people. So
yeah, that's just like I told somebody yesterday. One of the parents was giving me a hard time, and the ref was as well. I said, bro, I do this for free. I don't get paid. So don't give me a hard time. I'm here for free. The ref was giving me a hard time, screaming at me. I was like, I do this for free, man. You get paid. Do your job.
yeah.
What was his problem with you, Todd?
He said I was yelling in his ear too much.
I could see that. I could see that.
You imagine Faisal was on the sideline.
I swear, I remember when Jacob played for us, and Faisal would be there screaming, and I'd be there screaming, But it was pretty calm. Jacob was a great player. I wish I had more Jacobs on my team this year.
And the other part of that, Todd, is really who wants to be a ref these days? I mean, think about some of the things that the parents say to these refs on a daily basis. Like I was at the game yesterday, and any time that ref made a bad call, the parents were saying something to him, and he just looked at him and said, "Thank you." Like you got to have thick skin to be a coach or be an official these days.
That's why yesterday when the ref was screaming at me, I was like, I didn't say nothing. I didn't say nothing to the ref. I said, only thing I said, I was standing there. I was like, one of our guys, I think Hattie might have got fouled real hard. It's like, ref, it's a hard foul. And he said, I goddamn know it's a hard foul. I see it. I'm like, okay. He was screaming at me. I'm like, I'm just pointing it out. So after that, he apologized. I apologized to him because I was about to knock him out. But I said, who's going to bail me out?
Okay.
I know I was, because the way he was screaming at me, the way he was screaming at me, I didn't say nothing. But the way he got in my face, I was like, oh. I was like, who's going to bail me out?
That's why you gotta have thick skin, man. I mean,
I
make it right. You always gotta be the better person. Sometimes it's okay to always stand up for what's right and what's wrong, but you gotta do it in the right way.
Yeah, I said nothing. He apologized to me, and we finished the game. And I know it's a hard job, and I know that they don't get paid a lot, and I don't get paid at all. So, but I thought about it. I was like, if I have to call somebody to bail me out, I'll probably call Reed because he has the most money.
Okay, brother. Okay, you'll be sitting in jail for a while, but eventually, Ryder will give me one of your checks to come bail you out with. So, well, good, man. Well, good luck today with the game, and safe travels back. Maybe we'll take Benji over to play with Kobe while you're gone. So,
yeah, if you bring them over, just block the rabbit cage so they don't have lunch.
No problem. All right. Hey, Melissa, what's going on this morning?
Nothing. My laptop won't work this morning, so I'm on my cell phone. So.
Turn it the other way.
This way. Okay.
There you go. Yeah, I know Melissa was having technical difficulties and all her tech support sleeping probably. So.
Yeah, I mean, I heard Muhammad. He's getting ready to go to work, but.
Oh, did you hear his car start up?
No, but the neighbor did say the other day that. I guess the car does wake him up in the morning.
Oh, man. You don't want a bad thing with the neighbors because of the car making too much noise.
Yeah, no. It's just the one neighbor. He's fine.
Who? Which one? You want to come talk to him? Vinny?
Yeah.
Oh, what's going on with you? What's going on with your family? What's new and exciting in your world?
Nothing really. I was on vacation this past week. I went back yesterday. We celebrated the end of Ramadan. Shadi came down for the weekend. We went to IHOP. You weren't here. I think Joe went with us, and
I think we went to IHOP twice.
Yeah, twice. Yeah.
So Melissa only came one time. Me and Linda went twice with Amira twice. Sam's daughter, but Melissa only came one time.
I only went one time.
And who was supposed to come didn't show up? Todd. I'm sorry. Who was it?
Yeah,
Todd texted me at 10:30, said he's gonna be there, and he never showed up.
Yeah, Joe was the only one there. He was the only man there. The rest of us are all the girls, except for little Muhammad.
Yeah.
Somebody had to watch over y'all.
And that's probably that. Honestly, I don't know why we don't do it on a regular basis, right? Like going to IHOP, but I mean, like that at late at night. But the kids love it, man. I mean, it's 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning. You're sitting in IHOP. They're having fun, and that's you're splurging on pancakes and waffles and things like that. So it's a lot of fun for the kids.
Yeah, no, they enjoyed it. They wait. My kids, or at least the girls, Muhammad, you're not into it as much anymore. But the girls wait for Ramadan to come so they can go to IHOP at least once during the time. And then Shadia, we went with Shadia and Linda, Joe, and them. And then after that, the Eid came. We went to go pray at the field house. Mashallah, was a lot of people there towards the end. Sam will tell you the last few minutes. I mean, they just started coming in, and they gave us a different part this year. I felt like it was a little bit smaller. I guess Sam was saying the air conditioning wasn't working in the other part, so they gave us a different part, and it was getting crowded. So we went there, and then we went and had breakfast with Jamal and his family, and my parents, and Linda and her family, and came back to the house, and Jamal came over, my parents came over, and then we went up to Tyson Corner, walked around the mall and had dinner. And yes, we went to Shotty's. Is that what it's called?
Shotted.
Went to Shotted, have their coffee and stuff.
Shotted is a coffee shop that's opened up in Tyson's Corner. It's gone viral. Like every time I see a video, there's lines wrapped around for people to stand in line to get coffee. Was there a line when you went there?
I mean, there was a line, but it went very quickly. They had a couple registers open, and it went quickly. We didn't stand that long. It was busy. I mean, we had to wait for a spot and stuff like that. But the girls really enjoyed it. They liked it. The girls got ice cream. Mesa got a pistachio latte or something like that, and the other girls got ice cream and stuff. But they enjoyed it. It was a lot of Muslimin there, and it was really nice to see everybody. So yeah, they had a good day.
Yeah, is that Tyson's Corner? That's in the Galleria, right?
Yeah, there's one in the regular mall, but it's a small one. This one I think is bigger and stuff. But yeah, no, it was, and there's a big seating area there. There's also I'd never been to that mall before. The one we went to, I've been to the other one before a few times, but this one, they had I think Machadi's or whatever, that Italian restaurant's in there.
Yeah,
Maggiano's.
Yeah, Maggiano's. That's what it is. And then there's a pizza place upstairs where the coffee place was, but it was empty. The mall was completely empty. So we parked all the way on one side and walked through the mall. So it was, it was kind of weird walking through the mall. All the stores are still, closed and stuff. But the kids enjoyed it. Alhamdulillah, we had a great, had a great Eid, and we, had a good time. So.
Yeah, did you find a good restaurant in Tyson's to eat at?
We ate at Arabic restaurant. I forgot the name of it off the top of my head. Jamal, what's the name of it? Do you remember?
Bawadi Grill.
What is it?
Did you go to Bawadi's?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Bawadi's.
Yeah, did they have their buffet?
No, but it was good though. The food was good. We enjoyed it. The waitress was very, very nice. I forgot what her name was, but she was great. And we really enjoyed the food.
You don't remember her name? Melek.
Oh yeah, that's right. Melek. Yeah. Melek. Yeah.
Yeah. The
really
Bawadi's, that's in Seven Corners, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, we went there one time. It was good. The kids want a hot pot. So the kids want a hot pot, and everybody else wanted Middle Eastern. So there was a hot pot in the bottom of the hill. And so we were able to take the kids to hot pot, let them have their hot pot, and then go up to the top of the hill and have Middle Eastern. It's a good place. It's probably one of the things Palestinian owned, isn't it?
From Gaza.
Yeah. Yeah, it's good food. I know sometimes maybe at lunch they have a buffet, and then
it stops at 3:00.
Yeah, well, that's good, man. Well, that's good. I'm glad you guys enjoyed your dinner down there.
Yeah, no, alhamdulillah, we had a good time. The kids, like everybody said, it's all for the kids. When you see the smiles on your kid's face, that that makes up for everything. So alhamdulillah, everybody had a good time, and yeah.
Well, good, man. Good, Melissa. I had a question I was going to ask you. Muhammad, he bought a new car. What kind of car did he get?
It's a 2012 Audi, I think.
Audi?
Yeah.
Oh, that's like is that so? He had an SUV and he kind of went to like a sports car. He's growing up.
Yeah, like I say, he's young. He doesn't have any kids or wife right now. Let him enjoy it. He'll have to switch the car once he gets married, has kids, but let him enjoy it. I mean, he's only 20, and
Yeah.
yeah.
You know what I was going to ask you, Melissa, and I think this is something that's pretty cool. Your kids, you work at Walmart, and your kids work at Walmart, and Walmart has a great program, and I just thought it was something that was kind of neat to talk about. Your kids, Muhammad works there, and they give him for working there, he gets his college education paid for.
Yeah, so they have a program. Once you start working for Walmart, you can sign up for it. They have different degrees. I graduated back in December with my bachelor's in business management and leadership, and Muhammad has taken computer science, like cybersecurity. He's his second year, and they pay for everything. It's all online. They have all different kind of degrees, and then he does it online and stuff. He enjoys it. They pay for. You don't have to pay for nothing. You don't have to pay for your books. You don't have to pay for anything. It's 100% free.
And you have to work a certain amount of hours at Walmart in order for them to do that. That you have to be a part-time, full-time associate.
Not that I know of, because he started it when he first started it. He was part-time, so he wasn't working like a lot of hours. He was he was only working part-time hours, and then he became full-time, later on. But no, I don't think you have to work a certain amount of hours. But it's a great program. Every time I interview anybody, I always let them know that that's one of the benefits. Working, we offer, obviously 401k and stock, but the college benefit, who doesn't want to get 4 years worth of college, for free? And it's a great benefit though.
Yeah. I mean, I just think about that, being in education and the cost of college. Like I know Sam's getting ready to send his son off to college, and Todd's getting ready to send his kid off to college, and the price of college these days. And then you have an opportunity like this, like, yes, they don't experience the campus life, but they still get that education piece, which is really important, and somebody else is paying for it, and they get work experience while they're doing it. And not that I'm pushing Walmart or anything like that, but there's so many different alternatives to pay for your college education than your traditional route. So I thought that was pretty good.
Yeah, no, he enjoys it. Now, Mesa, on the other hand, I've mentioned it to her before, like, hey, honey, when it comes time, we're going to sign you for college there. She said, negative. Nope. She wants to actually go on campus. And she's not picking any place local. I was like, okay, Mary Washington, Germanna, those are your opportunities. Which one would you like to go to? Nope. She's picking someplace far away. But if it goes my way, she'll be doing it from Walmart.
Well, our other option now is going to be Virginia Tech, because that's where, Wally's going to be. And we'll just get one big house, in Wally, and we'll get Amnon up there and Mesa, and they can, watch Wally, protect them. Oh, Lana, that's right. Lana's going to be there too. Man, that's a 4-bedroom house.
That's like 3 hours away. I don't know about that.
And Hamza. You don't have Hamza up there.
Oh, we got Hamza up there too. Man, we'll just get a big old house then. Big dorm. Well, good. All right, man. Jim, what's going on with your world?
Nothing, brother. Just, working on, like I said, working on taxes and working on helping somebody else out with their projects. Just want to shout out to my daughter, Monica. Her coworkers actually watch our podcast. So, hey, coworkers, thank you so much. And hi, Monica. Just to let you know, she works.
Yeah. What do her coworkers think about all her uncles and aunts? What do they have to say?
No, they like it and they're entertained by it, according to her. And they ask her a lot of questions. They like I said, she does promote the show with her coworkers and friends, so which is nice, and then we're just, like I said, just this is kind of a really there during this period of time we have the taxes going on, and I just kind of let you know it's a lot of my family that we do taxes for, so it's not just making sure that. But it is a lot of anxiety. I just want to let you know because I got to make sure, it's up to them to give me the right information, and then it's up to me to make sure that information is in the system correctly. I send it back to whoever, they look at it, and then they, let me know. But it's the fact that you've got other people's, you know, other people's responsibility, that you're taking care of. So, but a lot of those people get jacked when they go to a professional to do their taxes. They charge them by the sheet or by the form they fill out, and some of them are paying over $200 for a simple, a W-2 form. So it only really costs nothing to do your taxes if you're just a W-2 form, except state. You might have to file state and pay for the state filing.
Yeah.
But
If you buy the tax software, like, I use what you told me to use, TurboTax, and they give you a free state filing. So, the software is like $100, and it really walks you through everything. And then you
Right.
get the filing of the federal and the state part of that. So,
Right.
for $100, I mean, I know it's really anxiety at a high, trying to make sure you're doing everything correct. And even though it walks you through the process, sometimes you do have to think and understand and research what you're doing. So
Yeah, and I do want to tell you one thing. Even if you import your W-2 in there, you've got to watch, because sometimes where the on section 12, where you have to put in the different, like DD or C or whatever, sometimes for some reason it doesn't fill in those areas. So you still got to go over it with a fine tooth comb to make sure all those and the numbers are correct, or any way that you input that tax forms. And the and the tax laws change every year. And I always tell people the best time to file is after all the updates is in March. March is the best time to file. A lot of people want to get their refunds in really fast, but the best time is to file is in March. That's where all the updates. They sometimes pass laws right before right after tax season.
the software is updating as early as yesterday.
Yeah,
So,
exactly.
there's
So
change
there's a lot
yesterday.
of updates, exactly. So, but no, otherwise, thank God my my wife Debbie's doing well. She's still losing a lot of weight with with her condition, and my son and his wife are doing wonderful, and then I have my dog Zoe and my dog Beanie are doing great. They love their walks, and so we're blessed. I say Alhamdulillah and mashallah for my wonderful family, and for my siblings, and also for my parents. I say Alhamdulillah for that. But no, brother, we're doing good, and
One
we're
day
just
you're gonna have to play the piano in the back for us.
yeah, I know. I actually should one of these Zoom days I will Zoom from that piano and play it as we put that kind of that music, that little thriller music in, or that chill music in, while we talk, to kind of give it ambiance of some type,
Okay,
but
man.
anyways, yeah, at the fireplace, it's off now because it's hot outside, but
Yeah, it's hot.
I'll
It's
have it
nice
on
out
when
today.
it's a little cold outside. Yeah. But no, thank God, doing good, brother, and I'm blessed to be here, and I bless all that watch, and that they may, I really want people to ask questions. So if any questions come up for that people might ask you, or if you have any feedback, let us know. Have you received
Yeah,
any
definitely.
feedback?
Well, we'll ask them. And they can actually leave questions on any of the podcast platforms, or even on TikTok. I know with TikTok they can ask questions, and on YouTube. The other day I actually called Sam up because somebody had messaged something on YouTube, and how much they watched and enjoyed it, and I didn't recognize the name, and it actually was one of Sam's old college buddies. That
Wow.
was, and so there's ways to leave comments, and I'll see them, even on the Facebook page. But maybe one episode we'll go live. We'll just have to let everybody know when we're going live, and then people can actually ask questions while we're live. So
Yeah,
that's an
that sounds
option.
like a good idea. But I do want to say one thing. I do want, my father's having surgery, God willing, this Wednesday, the 17th. and he's having colon surgery, colon cancer surgery, and he's 83 years old. And I really want people to pray for his, for him while he's having the surgery, that he may be blessed with, everything going okay, and be blessed with healing. So, I just really want people out there to know that, we love to have their prayers for, our father and our family.
Yeah, I appreciate it, brother. Yeah, and hopefully, inshallah, the surgery goes well, and he won't be in the hospital too long, and he'll be back to normal. So,
Yeah. So
but
just by the way, the golden child will be here, and she will be by his side. So that should really help him out a lot.
oh,
you know.
that's gonna solve. I mean, he won't even have to do
Inshallah.
surgery. I mean, just her
Inshallah.
touching him will just solve everything. So,
Inshallah. Inshallah.
all
And
right. Well,
while we're on that subject, make sure we keep him on track with all his routines I text you guys about.
thank you. But since we're on the subject of Golden Child, what's going on in your life, Golden Child?
So like everybody else, we celebrated we eat on Wednesday, and I work from home, so I had to call my boss and was like, "Hey, I might need Tuesday off. I might need Wednesday off. I'm not sure yet what day it will be, but I'll let you know Monday." And they were so understanding. My substitute coordinator actually gave me a sub for both days and just told me, "Hey, when you know what day it is, just let me know and I'll drop the other day off." And then my manager was like, "Hey, when you know what day it is, just put it into the system. Don't worry about putting it in now. We'll just tell the substitute coordinator verbally." So they were so understanding. I don't know how many of you guys that are listening know, but we fast for 30 days, but then we don't know what day we're going to celebrate our Eid on, which is like our Christmas. We don't know. It's based on seeing the moon. And so we have to usually wait for the day before to know if it's going to be. So they didn't know if it was going to be Tuesday or Wednesday. Since the holiday is based on the lunar calendar. And so I thought that was really awesome that they really worked with me on that. I know it's hard because
It is hard
workplaces
not
have
to
to.
know when. It's hard for the schools that now have put that on the calendar, because they put it on the calendar a year ahead of time. And this year, I think most of the school systems got it right. I mean, but it's hard when a school, even because the schools are really putting it on the calendars now, like in their calendar committees. Like, how do you decide what days to eat, and how do you decide what days you give the kids off? So
Yeah. So I was telling Sam, we were talking about that. It's almost like they should do 2 days to have like a safety. But yeah, it's really neat. And then we woke up and it was like for us, like Christmas morning for my kids. They got to open their presents. We went to breakfast. They went and saw their grandparents. They went and saw Ama's sister. We, aided all them, and they got a bunch of money. And then we drove up to like an hour to the bigger mall, and we had dinner. And my son, his money was burning a hole in his pocket, so he wanted to get some lime green LaMelo shoes. So that's what he bought. He bought the whole fit. I sent you guys a picture in the group chat. He bought the shorts to match, the shirt to match, the shoes to match. And so he was really excited about that. And I also, right before Eid, I was able to visit you guys in Virginia. And that was the first time in a long time that I think the first time ever that my kids were ever able to spend any Ramadan dinners with my Virginia family. So that was really special. My kids really enjoyed that. Shout out to Jamal and Joe for meeting my husband halfway and getting me and the kids. I appreciate both of you guys doing that. We had lots of fun. We went out to dinner with the whole family on Friday, except for, Sam and Reeve, but they were out of town for their kids. We had a lot of fun. Went to IHOP, just hanging out with my parents, everything like that. Went furniture shopping with my dad a little bit. And so it was a great time. I was really happy that my kids were able to experience Ramadan, a few nights of Ramadan dinners with my Virginia family, because, it was nice for them to eat dinner with other people and do that.
yeah. Well, we're gonna post a video of you trying to take over the house with, and trying to convince Pops that you're his favorite child. So I have that video is getting ready to get uploaded when you're sitting in his lap, and then poor Melissa has to sit there and watch you get all the attention. So, but
Reith, I'm used to it.
But
You're
wait a
used to it.
second. Did you
Hold
see
on.
the second video of the twins wearing the same
yeah,
sweater?
they were twinning that day, her and Sally. So
And
Yes.
then-
Did you see what my mom said?
I know. Yes, my mom said that I was her favorite. She only said that because she didn't want to hurt my feelings, and then you just couldn't stop. My dad, he said you're his favorite. My mom said you couldn't just stop. You had to keep going and going and going. Like everything has to be all about you.
I think maybe you're a little jealous, but it's okay. Like, it's okay to be a little bit jealous of me. But, like, you know, I'm sorry, Melissa. My dad just likes me better. I mean, like,
hey, I just want to let you know that I'm on his checking account. So I mean, if you're the golden child, you know, so
I mean, he asked me, but I said I don't live there. So,
no, I'm just joking. But well, good. Well, I'm glad you guys had a good time. We're sorry we missed you, but inshallah, if we do something in the near future, you guys can come back down.
Michelle, didn't your son go somewhere special?
oh, yeah. So, right before, during Ramadan, right before the week I came down there, my son went to his first NBA game. So, my son loves basketball. And in September for his birthday, we surprised him with Golden State Warrior tickets because that's his favorite team. So, him and his dad went up to Charlotte, North Carolina, watched Charlotte against the Golden State Warriors. And he had the best time of his life. He actually met a friend there that sat right next to him, a boy that was probably like 1 or 2 years older than him. And they planned to meet the next day at the YMCA before they left Charlotte to play basketball against each other. So he met this boy at the YMCA. They played basketball against each other, and he bought a jersey, and he was just so excited. It was the time of his life. It was his first NBA game, hopefully not his last. And, you know, like I said, he's a big basketball fan. Every day he comes home, he goes outside, he plays basketball. He just enjoys it really a lot. He loves the Golden State Warriors. He loves Steph Curry. And it was an experience of a lifetime for him. And I'm so glad that he was able to experience that.
Well, good. Well, I'm glad you guys had a good time. I'm glad he had a good time. It's all about those memories. So, you know, keep creating the memories. All right, Sam, before we go to in studio, want to make sure we finish up on online there with brother number 7. What's going on with you?
Last but not least,
Not last.
online. No, I mean virtual. Last but not least, virtual. So, no, everything is great. Last weekend we took a road trip. Myself, my beautiful wife Maria, and my son Wally. We went to Virginia Tech. For acceptance students day, you know, like an orientation of the school, toured the dorms, and it was still during Ramadan, so it was great. You know, we timed it out perfect. Got there, and then we met up with Wally's cousin Hamza, and we broke our fast in the dining hall. So this way, they got to experience, you know, the dining hall and stuff. So it was pretty awesome. Then on Saturday morning, we started up toward the campus, went through some informational sessions and all that. And just, you know, it was a great time. It took us about 3 hours and 15 minutes to get there, and about, you know, we had a little traffic coming back, about 3.5 hours coming back. I'm the type, when I drive, I don't like to stop. I like to keep on going. I like to drive. I don't like anyone else to drive. I like to drive. So
We've all seen your wife driving, so I don't blame you.
Oh boy. So, but no, it was great, and we did miss Shadi when she came down, because, you know, we were out of town. But we'll catch you this week, Shadi, when you come down.
I got to hang out with Amira though, so that's what counts.
Yeah, you got to hang out with Amira. But yeah, so that was that, and then you know, Ramadan. The end of Ramadan was great. Proud of, you know, my whole family, you know, especially the kids, because it's hard for kids. You know, you play sports, you're going to school, waking up, you know, fasting all day. So it's super proud of them. So Ramadan ended, and we went to the Eid prayer at the field house, and every year they do it great. It's pretty organized. A lot of people there, but it was great. And then afterwards, went out to breakfast, and then later on that evening, we went. Half of us went to Longhorn, and I know that the other half went up north. My parents joined us. Everyone's excited to eat lamb chops because Longhorn has a seasonal lamb chop, and it seemed like everyone enjoyed it. I don't eat lamb, but everyone that got the lamb chops, it seemed like they really, really enjoyed the lamb chops.
How come you don't eat lamb?
Yeah, Faisal, honestly, I remember this goes back many, many, many years ago when my dad used to slaughter the lambs and himself. And it was, I remember the one time where he was doing the lamb and the lamb got up and started running. So I don't know if we want to talk about that, but yeah. So that was kind of some bad memories of the lambs. So, but nice thing is my kids eat lamb. So they eat lamb chops.
They didn't have that bad memory. They weren't there that day where you had to hold the lamb down and,
Yeah, I know. But yeah, no, it was a great time. The kids enjoyed it. And then Friday we were able to stop by and see Melissa, and then we're able to stop by and that evening and see Linda and Jamal. His family was there at Linda's house, so that was great. Then, yesterday I waited to the end of Ramadan to do my yard work that I had put it on the back burner. So threw down 25 bags of mulch and did some landscaping and work outside the house. It was great. As everyone knows, I had rotator cuff surgery back in December, so really starting to feel a lot better. Not pushing it, but feeling a lot better. And I tell you, physical therapy does miracles. So that was something that really, really I was happy about. And so that's what I did yesterday. But everything is great. Work is great. And Reef, I know that you had talked about Walmart having the program. Panera has something very similar. It's not 100% paid. It pays half of the tuition. You can get your associate's and your bachelor's degree there. Everything is online through Southern New Hampshire University. So we have that, and it's for family members. So any family member that's immediate family member can do it. I looked into getting my master's, and I think altogether it was going to be like less than $10,000 to do the master program. Then I think it was my cost was going to be like $5,000 to do it. So that's something that I'm definitely looking into to add to my resume is that possibility. But everything 100% online.
Well, that's good, brother. And that's good that they have that option. Most places now sometimes do, like with the school system, they give us tuition reimbursement, but $700 per class, up to 2 classes a year. So, so every company has something. So when you're out there looking for jobs, especially as your kids are getting out that way, that's a good question. When they ask you, do you have any questions for us? One of the good questions could be, what benefits do you offer, and do you offer any kind of tuition reimbursement? Because, at the end of the day, there's so many different opportunities out there for you to go back and finish up your education.
Yeah, and speaking of education and stuff, we will see it out. It'll be coming out very soon. I'm setting up a GoFundMe for Wally's Virginia Tech tuition fund. So I'll be sending that out. So if anyone wants to contribute, we would greatly appreciate it.
Didn't you hear what Reed said? He's in charge of Jimmy's checking account.
Oh, he's in charge of Jimmy's checking account. Yeah. So if you could just wire that over. No, I will tell you the best thing that I did for all 3 of my kids when they were born. The best thing I did, I set up a 529 college fund for all 3 of them. So, this way, when this time comes, because the time is going to come, that we have that there. We have that flexibility of having that 529. Yasmin has been in college for a few years now. She's going to Germana for the dental hygiene program. So she's getting her associate's degree, and she's been able to utilize that 529 fund for her books, for her tuition, overall for everything. And then Wally will be as well too. But there's a lot of options for kids when they get to college to get involved. RA, I know, Reith, when you were in college, you were RA. So, your board, your housing was taken care of. And you got a chance to build a lot of relationships with a lot of people and help people. So that's one of the things as kids get into school, there's a lot of things to get involved with. And that was one of the things when we went to Virginia Tech. They have a very, very big Muslim population at Virginia Tech, and they have a Muslim student association. And so we looked into that, and they have thousands of members there. So getting involved in things like that, will help the student, especially someone that's the first time away from home, really get immersed into the college life. So it's pretty awesome.
Yeah, and we say that about everything, like even with high school. As you know, when they were putting those college applications in and applying for scholarships, the more you got involved and did things in your community and did things within your school and your clubs, it helped build that resume that the kids really need when they're applying for schools, because it becomes so competitive in some of these schools now to get in. So, well, good advice. We're going to bring it back here and get a health update on Sophie over here. So, Sophie, can you tell everybody how you're doing and what's going on with you in the world? And
nothing really, doing a little better. Still got a little stomach pain.
Yeah,
but nothing. Not doing nothing special.
Yeah. So, how you feeling though? You feeling all right?
A little better.
Yeah. You still have a bad attitude? You got a good attitude now?
No, I got bad.
Bad. That's why I was thought. We got to get. So, so I know you've been feeling a little better. You've been moving around a lot more, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
And so you're almost back to your normal routine.
Almost.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
So what's the next steps for Sophie? Like, you're going to be fully recovered, and now you have to, because really your job, because you're a contractor, didn't hold your position for you. So now you have to try to find something else.
The main boss called the other day.
Okay.
So whenever I'm ready to come back, she'll get rid of the other guy.
Oh, wow. That means a lot, right?
Yeah.
And I think that was one of the reasons, is because you have built a relationship with your clients that you were working with.
Yeah, with the dealers.
And they didn't want anybody else but you.
Right. So
it was really because of the business your company was going to lose.
Right.
That they called you back, right?
Yeah. She's out of North Carolina or somewhere.
Yeah. You ever met her before?
I met her once.
Yeah. Well, that means a lot. It's telling.
Yeah.
Right? So you must have been doing a good job?
Yeah. She said she didn't even know I was sick. The local people didn't tell her that.
Yeah.
Until she seen different dealers complaining that they didn't like the new inspector. And people was wondering what was going on.
And so she finally called in, and the dealer's like, we miss Sophie.
Yeah.
Like, where's Sophie?
Yeah.
So, how long do you think before you are back?
Probably another month or so.
You think another month you need? All right. Well, inshallah, you have a speedy recovery, because I know your clients miss you. Do you go visit them at all?
No, not yet.
You need to go visit them, though. I mean, even though you're not working, you still, you built a good relationship with them.
Lucky Line said, where you at?
Yeah.
We'll see.
Yeah, with Lucky Line, he probably misses you.
He misses money.
Oh, man. You hope he didn't hear that. He means he misses you, not your money.
And Dash Motors says he misses you.
Yeah. So, all right. Anything else going on?
Nothing.
No? All right. You helping out Jimmy and Sally at the house?
A little bit.
And how's it feel living back? I know you're doing it, because you're recovering, but you move back in with your parents. Like,
you gotta do what you gotta do.
Is it like what it was? Or, are you like regretting your life decision there?
I don't know.
Is it worse than what you thought?
It's a little tough.
A little tough.
Because
how old are you?
42.
So
honestly, my parents I think really need them there. Like it's been helping them a lot. I think that it's been a long time coming that my parents needed one of us there with them. And I'm so appreciative that you guys are able to be there with them.
That's
Yeah,
not what they said.
They
we're
don't
appreciative.
They don't appreciate it.
We're appreciative you're there. You're 42 years old, but you don't like anybody ask you where you're going, what you're doing, right?
I can't leave the house after 7:30. I get in trouble.
So it even makes it worse that you put cameras on the house for Pops to see, and now he knows when you come and when you leave.
Yeah.
So one night they thought you didn't come home and you got a lecture, didn't you?
Yep, I was downstairs.
Man, so
Who was the old lady looking in the trash?
I don't know. It was somebody walking through the neighborhood.
Well, good, man. Well, I'm glad you're there, and I'm sure they appreciate it. You know, parents aren't going to change. They're always going to worry about their kids, regardless of your age. So, but thanks for being there. Thanks for helping them out. And then, all right, Mr. Brother, what number are you? 8?
I think I'm number 8.
Man, so Brother 8, what's going on in your world?
Really the same. You know, the Eid was nice. I got to spend it with all my siblings and nieces and nephews. Didn't get a chance to spend it with my kids just because personal stuff. But I definitely had a bond with my nieces and nephews. You know, we went to Carl's one night. I took care of all of them. They enjoyed it. You know, then we had a night out at Rita's. All my nieces and nephews took care of that. Then we went to we had dinner at the Japanese place for the Eid, so that was nice.
I didn't hear you say you took care of that though.
No, I didn't take care of that. I don't know who took care of that. I think my parents took care of that.
They took care of you.
They took care of you and their golden child
And Melissa.
Oh, the 2 kids got the 2 girls.
And the other one too, and the other sister too.
Oh, and another sister.
Oh, the non-golden child sister. Sorry, you muted, Melissa.
I'm muted.
Shadia, don't get it started right now. Let's finish the podcast.
Yeah, but everything's been going good. The Ramadan was good. You know, I fast with everybody and
Gave you time to reflect.
give me time to reflect. And, you know, it's this year is definitely different. You know, we don't want to get too much into it. Different podcast, but this year is definitely different. Helping my parents out. You know, they're in their 80s. And, you know, like Jim was saying, my dad's having surgery on Wednesday. So I'll be taking him to get checked in and get situated there. And then, you know, everybody else will be coming. So hopefully, you know, he'll be there for a couple of days and we're getting his hospital room set up at his house. We got it remodeled for him. So his recovery would be really good. And
Make sure he's comfortable. You know, that's the
Yeah.
most important thing.
yeah, so but yeah, everything's the same, you know, just different, just enjoying life. You know, you only have one life, you're gonna live it no matter what's going on. You got to take care of yourself.
Well, that's the most important thing. I mean, everybody's going to have ups and downs in their lives, right? And you're going to have a lot of low points and a lot of high points, and all what you do in those low points to get back out of it.
Right.
So I know a lot of things going on right now personally in your life, and you know it's all about what you make out of it, and eventually it'll get better. You got to get through this hardship sometimes to get to the next level of things.
Right.
So,
Yeah. No, I'm focusing on myself and focus on my parents because that's, you know, give me you know, the last 17 years now I have an opportunity to bond more with my parents. They're in their 80s, take care of them. You know, it's more important for me to, if I can't focus on other stuff, I'm focus on what I can focus on.
yeah, you only can control what you can control.
That's true.
Right.
Yeah.
So, well, good,
And
brother.
Joe,
Well, I'm glad.
I do want to say thank you because you have been playing a big part too in helping my dad with all his doctor's appointments, taking him far away, driving him to all those things. And some of the other brothers too, like Jamal and stuff. So I know, but you've been taking a lot of those appointments. So we appreciate you doing all that because I know it's kind of hard to fit all that in your schedule too. So we appreciate that, Joe.
No, it's a blessing. It's a blessing from God because it's
Things happen for a reason.
Things happen for a reason, and I'm here for a reason, you know. And
God put you in the right place at the right time.
Yeah.
So
Now, can we do a 2020? You know, the guys that do the driving, that pick up people, they can pick up my mom while my dad's in the hospital.
and get her some driving lessons. Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah.
As long as you use one of Sophie's cars, it's okay.
No, it didn't work out. She actually, and we lived in Arlington. She actually tried to get, they had a driver lesson for her, and she almost ran the car into a fence or something, and the guy just took over and said, "Okay, that's it." And they came
Yeah,
back
well,
home.
I told her the other night she's going to be on the last episode of the season, so we're going to have to ask her about her experience like that. So we'll finish up. We'll wrap up today's podcast. I'll give you a little update. So yes, the Ramadan is for some reason it really I look forward to it. And the next day at work, I just didn't know. I was like, oh man, I have nothing to look forward to. Like in a sense of like, that I wish almost it was like every so often, that we did something like that, because I look forward to the fasting for some reason. I look forward to the get-togethers and the family, and it just brought us a little closer together, and that family time that normally you don't get because you're always on the road. An update with me, probably the most exciting thing we did is for the Eid, we wanted to buy Amna something special for the Eid and do something special for her as she recovers from ACL surgery and gets ready for next basketball season. I had the opportunity to buy and attend the women's NCCA Final Four and the championship game in Cleveland, Ohio. And tell you what an experience that was to go experience. And people like, this is probably the best year to go has seen that because of the teams that are in it. So we drove up to Cleveland, and Friday night we were able to watch the two semifinal games. And then Saturday we participated and we were able to see the open practice for the two teams that were going to be in the championship. And they had a lot of other activities going on in Cleveland for the NCAA tournament. And then Sunday, we were able to watch the finals. And I think there was over 18,000 people in that stadium watching the women's finals. I think this was the year that the women's Final Four had more viewership and more people in attendance than the men's Final Four. And it's just remarkable that it's taken us this long to have women in the spotlight for sports, and just even when I go watch the basketball games at the schools, like there's usually more people at the guys games and the girls games, and it shouldn't be like that. Like these girls really give their all. And I think this class of girls coming out of college has really put a focus on women's sports and women in general, and all the accomplishments they've done to help society out. So we had a good time. And that was one of the reasons we wanted to take our daughter, Amna, there, and she really experienced a lot. And I don't know, one day we were in the stadium and somebody got off the elevator and was a famous soccer player, and she was in awe. And I'm like, she looked at me because I didn't know who the soccer player was. And, but she got to experience that. But also, while we were there and with the Eid and things like that, we had an opportunity to go see one of Nahad's uncles who wasn't feeling well and visit him for the Eid. And then we went to dinner one night with her her cousin Summer, and her husband Nasser took us out to a nice Turkish restaurant for the Eid. They actually was kind of weird because I guess different areas, the sun sets differently. So like, and here we're eating at 7:40. They're eating at 8:01. So it's all about where you're at. Because I know even parts of different of the different world people, there's not as much sunlight. So sometimes they have to wait longer to eat. But that was a great experience. It's about memories, and it's about creating those memories while you can. And it's something that they'll cherish and they'll enjoy, and inshallah they appreciate, because I do think that we all give a lot for our kids, because we want them to be better off than what we were and have more than what we had. But it's not about what you can give them. Really, it's about them appreciating it and enjoying it and remembering it. Because I always tell Amna, I said, appreciate what you have, not what you don't have. So then, obviously, I was working the day of the Eid, which I didn't mind, be at work because I, enjoy what I do. But we were able to celebrate that night and go to dinner with family. We're going to have to really, sometimes we have so many of us that we don't coordinate what everybody's doing. And it's always a wait to the last second. So one year we're going to have to coordinate what we're going to do. So we're all together for that last day and doing something exciting, because I think the kids enjoy being with each other. and I think we enjoy being with each other. So that's what's going on in my world. And now we're back to the grind. Amna is about a month away from being fully recovered from her ACL surgery, and inshallah she'll be back on that basketball court, and she'll have a great senior season. I feel bad for kids because, like Todd mentioned, the kids really have to want it. And, she goes to physical therapy twice a week. She goes to basketball practice twice a week. And she has a personal trainer, weight trainer twice a week. And then one of her coaches wants to meet with her twice a week to do some drilling and things like that. So, and then on the weekends, her AAU team plays on tournaments, and she really wants to go to the tournament. So yesterday we drove and watched her AAU team play one of the tournaments, and she's part of the team. She goes to the sideline, she helps the team, and that's what it's about. So you got to want it, you got to enjoy it, and if you don't enjoy it, it's kind of hard to push them. But when they do enjoy it, they push you, because she was like, come on, Dad, take me, and sometimes you're too tired, but you realize that it benefits them, and you do what you need to do to make sure.
She could have gotten car driven.
She could have, and I don't know how far she would have made it, because when we were driving through Cleveland, she goes, I'll never be able to drive through the city, because it's different driving when you're in different places. Like, it's easy to drive in Fredericksburg, but go to Cleveland or New York City, and these kids don't really understand the patience you have to have and the understanding you have to be in some of these cities driving around. So she got a little nervous when we got to like Cleveland.
It started snowing.
Oh, that was on the highways, and we got to Pennsylvania Turnpike, and it just started snowing. And they were sleeping in the car. They had no clue. And they woke up, and it was snow covered the car. And we stopped to rest there, and I cleaned everything off. But it was just that there was a freak storm that came through as we were driving. But yeah, I mean, that's what I'm most concerned about with kids when driving, is the different elements that maybe they don't understand, like the snow, the rain, like highway driving versus regular driving, like driving to the city, and that's things that I told her she needs to get exposed to, because when you're ready to let them go, and you're never ready to let them go, but when they do go, you want to make sure they understand the importance of driving, the importance of other people around them, and the importance of what happens if you need gas, and I take her to the gas station and make her fill up her, what happens if you have a flat tire? What happens if you do this? You do get scared. So I understand why Melissa gets emotional when her kids get in the car and drive away by themselves, because, it's a lot. So.
Reith, are you making fun of me?
No, I'm agreeing with you. I'm at, like the night, you start crying because Muhammad wanted to go meet somebody. Like, it's scary to have them go by themselves and meet somebody to buy something, right? So Sophie should have went with them.
No, listen, I tell my kids, I'm not worried about them. They're driving. I'm worried about the people around them that are driving. And, and it's like, you get on TikTok, you get on Facebook, you hear about drunk drivers and you hear about that. And then then you get anxiety, and that's all I'm worried about. I'm not worried about them. They're driving. I'm worried about the people that are around them driving. But,
no,
but inshallah,
it's true. It's true. You got to worry about everybody else. I mean, it's so true. And it's a lot of responsibility being a driver, and doing anything these days, like even just walking through the mall or, going out. So you always have to be aware of your surroundings and aware of everybody else. So, but what a great catch up podcast today. I really do appreciate everybody being with us. We only have a couple more episodes for this season, and then we're hoping the last episode, we can bring on our mom, and maybe she can share some stories, because I know people got questions and different things like that. And then we'll see if Jimmy wants to come along, or how he's recovering from his surgery at that point, and get an update about Pops' surgery. So with that said, guys, thank you very much. Please don't forget to follow us and be part of the Abed 11 podcast and Chronicles and social media. We really do enjoy all the feedback, and it's so nice to hear people say that they listen, because my wife made fun of me when we first started. She said nobody's going to listen.
Hey, Reith, before we get off, I just want a special shout out to you, setting this up every week and editing the podcast and all that. Just shout out to brother number 6 for really doing all the legwork, making this podcast move every single week. So we all want to thank you.
Yeah.
Oh man, thanks, man. Thanks. And thanks for the kiss up. You still owe me the money though. So all right, guys, thank you very much. Have a great day.
Bye.
We extend our heartfelt gratitude for joining our journey, immersing yourself in our tales, and becoming a part of our family. Stay connected with us by following at Abed11 on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, and Spotify. Keep the adventure alive with the Abed 11 Chronicles, where 10 voices unite to share a lifetime of stories. We are looking forward to seeing you next week.